Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the City of Benton Harbor Commission meeting to order on December 1, 2025. We'll begin with an invocation by Commissioner Kennard, followed by a Pledge of Allegiance led by the City Manager, Mr. Alex Little. All rise.
Father God in heaven, in the name of Jesus, bless me again and help us, oh God, to do what is best for our city and come together and unify ourselves here to do the best that we can for our city. Lord, we put you first, Lord Jesus, because we know that you know the way and you give us the understanding as to what we should do. In the name of Jesus, we thank you and praise you. Amen.
Yield to the City Clerk for roll call.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Present.
Commissioner Henderson,
Present.
Commissioner Henry, Commissioner Isom,
Present.
Commissioner Kennard,
Present.
Commissioner Singleton, Commissioner Warren,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Seats, Mayor Mohammed.
Present.
You have a quorum.
This brings us to the approval of minutes, regular minutes, November 17, 2025. Is there a motion for the approval? Motion is made by First Ward Commissioner Sharon Henderson.
Support.
It is supported by Commissioner at Large Edward Isom. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennard,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to approval of accounts payable listing. Is there a motion for the approval?
Motion for approval.
Motion is made by Commissioner Isom and is supported by Commissioner Henderson. Is there discussion? Chair recognizes Commissioner of the Third Ward, Juanita Henry.
I thank you, Mayor. I don't know if you got a chance to see the response from the finance, but I didn't get a lot of answers to my question. And the process of supplying me with these information has dwindled to sometimes nothing. So that'll be a no vote for me, and something needs to be done to fix this. Transparency is more important right now than anything. Thank you.
Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry,
No.
Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennard,
Yes.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to an update by our Representative Joey Andrews of the 38th District, representing us in Lansing, Michigan. Is he present or is a representative from his office? We shall move to the next item on the agenda, which is citizens' comments, which is a 3-minute maximum per speaker. Pardon me, and please sign in with the clerk, and she will call you based upon the registered names.
Michael Hoy.
Do I have to hold the button?
Good evening. As the precinct delegate of the Second Ward, precinct captain, it's my obligation as a voted elected official to bring information to this panel. I brought information here in regards to, this is an individual who actually approached me and videotaped me and put out there on social media that I am a sexual registered offender. Well, I've had sex before that I felt like I was offended, but that's beside the point. This person is being appointed to the communication board tonight for your approval. I spoke with his parole officer today for over a half hour as we went over many conversations. He could be facing a civil suit against me for violating my rights. I'm still holding on to that conversation. His name is Derek LaRon Bishop. He is an active violent offender. That is his title. Active violent offender. You ask for transparency? Here it is, 8 pages. He is still active. Is this what we want in our communication board? Is this who we want to have vital information from our city government? I ask you to table this nomination. I would like for each and every one of you to have a conversation with him. If you want to bring him back with your approval, so be it. I've done my work. It's all here. He's an active, violent offender. He is not off of parole. I rest my case.
Keena King.
Please speak into the microphone. This is being videoed on YouTube.
Good afternoon. So my name is Keena King. I came here tonight for public comment because it was my understanding from the last meeting that I was at that myself and my brother will be on the agenda for today's meeting. And so I was just made aware that we're not on the agenda for the meeting in regarding a property that we have purchased, and we're in the process of trying to purchase a property, and there are stipulations on the property. And we was told, again, from the previous meeting that we will be on the agenda with coming forth with 2 issues in regarding a property that we are in the process of trying to purchase, and then an additional property that we was looking to purchase directly from the city. And so we was already in one meeting, and they said that it would be moved forward to this meeting and for us to be here. And so we're here, and we're not on the agenda.
Does that conclude your comments?
Yes.
Thank you.
No more comments.
This brings us to the consent calendar. Is there a motion for the approval of the consent calendar? Are there any items that should be separated? Chair recognizes 4th Ward Commissioner Ethel Clark Griffin.
I like to separate number 4 and number 5.
Is there a motion for the, Chair recognizes 3rd Ward Commissioner Henry.
I'd like to separate number 3 and number 6.
Duly noted. Is there a motion? Motion is made by Commissioner Henderson. Is there support for the consent calendar?
Support.
It is supported by Commissioner Isom. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry,
Yes.
Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennard,
Yes.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to the first separated item, appointment to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, James Bennett. Is there a motion for the approval? Motion is made by Commissioner Henderson. Is there support?
Support.
It is supported by Commissioner Isom. Is there discussion? Chair recognizes Commissioner Henry.
I guess the only question I have is, did this candidate come before the legislative or some committee? I know in the past we have not let people come through without being interviewed, and I'm asking if this person did come through our policies.
I recognize the chairman of the legislative committee.
I don't recall, because this was at the beginning of our legislative committee. I had, Mr. Bishop was there, I don't recall seeing Mr. Bennett, no. In fact, I don't, yeah.
Okay, I didn't recall either, and I wanted to make sure that we were following procedure for everyone. Even there's another one on here that I don't remember coming through committee either, and so I need someone to clarify if why are we deviating from our policy and procedures when it comes to choosing our candidates for committees.
Madam Clerk, did you get a communication from Mr. Bennett, or was he present at the legislative committee?
He was not present at legislative. Believe he was out of town. I believe the city manager might be able to speak more on that because he did speak on his behalf at legislative.
Mr. Manager?
Yes, both Mr. Bennett and Mr. Tony are businessmen, and we had them scheduled for a meeting earlier that we canceled. And this one, they were both out of town.
Mr. Tony has already been approved, so his name should not be in this discussion. For the record, though, he is present tonight. I would say, could you stand, but I think everybody knows who you are.
So is there a reason why that we're not following protocol?
Well, according to the manager, that the initial meeting that they were scheduled to appear at, we canceled the meeting. And then the second one, but if it's the desire of the commission to table the appointment, I have no objection if we're going to do so based on that technicality.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I suggested, since we do have acknowledged that there is a problem there, that we should table it and bring it back and do it right the second time.
Well, the third time.
The third time. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Clark Griffin.
I just have a question. What do you mean it was already approved and it's not came to us?
The only separated items were. Thank you. Commissioner Henry, is that a motion to table or?
It is a motion to table the appointment of number 3, the third item, back to committee.
Is there support? The motion to table has failed. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Henry,
No.
Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennard. Yes. Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to the fourth item on the agenda. Was that item, Madam Clerk, separated? Yeah. A resolution approving the updated finance director job description. Is there a motion for the approval?
So moved.
Motion is made by Commissioner Henderson. Is there support?
Support.
It is supported by Commissioner Isom. Is there discussion? Chair recognizes Fourth Ward Commissioner Clark Griffin.
Okay, I remember this was on either on our last commission meeting or the one prior, and we tabled it. I stand at what I said prior to. I see no need to change the job description. The charter states what the finance director should be doing. Also, to me, the changes will give the financial director less assets and less power to make decisions and do things he should do. Also, I saw in the policies, the job descriptions, I don't know if it's new or old. Number one, I had a problem with, it said he worked with city manager and management team. He's over the finance department, so he has his own team. Number two, prepares support to the city manager. Why would he be reporting to the city manager? We are his boss, not the city manager. He's a totally different department head. Number three, present financial metrics monthly as directed by the city manager. Why would it be directed by the city manager when he would be the finance director and we are his boss? Also, we're starting trying to change descriptions, but we're not even trying to get a finance director. I haven't been told of any things that we've done, nobody we are interviewing. So I don't even know why this is so important right now. What is important is we should have a finance director and should be searching as per charter. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. I agree that this role is very important, but I think in order to bring somebody on, they need to be clear about what their expectations are. And so even though we have a finance director, the budget still is the responsibility of the city manager. And so there still needs to be oversight regardless of who is in that role. So I agree that they should be working together. And I agree that we do need a finance director, but I also know that in order for somebody to come on, they need to be clear about what it is they'll be doing as they come into the city of Benton Harbor, because there's been a lot of discussion about this particular role, and so we're bringing somebody on. They need to be clear about who they report to, what their responsibilities are, and I think this new job description does break down clearer because the charter was so vague because it was written in 1949. So I think this offers some very clear general descriptions about what it's supposed to do.
Yes, I would like to recognize the Chair of Personnel and Finance,
Thank you,
Commissioner
Honorable.
Ice.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. We have, the Personnel and Finance Committee have searched diligently and vetted this job description. And in the best interest of the city to update the job description in hopes of receiving qualified applicants for this position of finance director. And resumes have been sent out, hard copies of candidates to all commission, and that this job description justifies what the city needs. You still go, the finance director have to work with the city manager, but the commission is over the finance director. And this job description fits to the T of what we're looking for in the finance director. Now, we've been searched long enough. It's time.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Kennard.
Thank you, Mayor. One of the things that I see is a big problem to me. As long as we have been without a finance director, we're just now trying to put the language in there. It sends up a red flag to me that it's just another stall tactic that we've even went this long without one. And now we're ready to start working on the language. It has worked before, and it could work now if there was willing to be worked with, have them in place. For a long time, I was told that Plant Moran's worker was the finance director, Miss Hildebrand. I was called into the mayor's office when I first got elected, and I was told that the finance director we already had in place. But come to find out, she's not a finance director. She's paid by Plant Moran. So I feel that there's a lot of red flags there, so we need to really I don't think we need to move on this. Thank you.
Yes, just for clarity's sake, the finance department at this time is contracted services with Plant Moran, which is the largest accounting firm in the state of Michigan, which handles many different municipal accounts, school districts, et cetera. So that's in the absence of a physical one-person finance director, which we are reviewing the position requirements tonight. Mr. Manager, was this description vetted through our HR attorney?
No.
Because the thing about it is, I wouldn't want for anything to be in it that would be in conflict to our city charter. But I think that it would be wise for the HR attorney to at least review, what the job description would be. Just to have a set of legal eyes to look at it, would be a recommendation from me. Who put this job description together? When you say the committee,
Person.
It was
The assistance of police and
the clerk.
so it was put together by the city
It's-
clerk
This is the original job description.
with a few changes.
A few changes we added, but the master degree. Clerk, can you speak on,
So that would be the only, thing that I would have issue with would be downgrading it from a master's degree to a bachelor's, where it says here, requirements include a master's degree in accounting, finance, business, public administration, or related field. Or a minimum, which would mean that the person could get the job with a bachelor's. Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner Warren.
So based on how long we've been looking, I think that downgrading this degree and allowing someone to have the experience could open up the doors for more candidates.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Isom,
yes.
Commissioner Kennard,
No.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
No.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry. Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to approval of use of previously approved $25,000 ARPA funding for Canal Commons project to be redirected to fund appraisals required to solve DNR National Park Service violation, making Benton Harbor eligible for grant funding. Is there a motion for the approval?
Motion for approval.
Motion is made by Commissioner Isom. It is supported by Commissioner Henderson. Is there discussion? Chair recognizes Commissioner Clark Griffin.
Okay, first of all, we approved this April the 15th, 2024, a year and 8 months ago. So, once we approved it, I was on an impression, which should have happened, it was done, because it became law. We are lawmakers. So once we approve, it becomes law. For the city manager through the chair, can you tell me why this money, where is it? Did they ever get it? Are we just had it sitting here for a year and 8 months? What's going on?
Mr. Manager.
The answer is they never got it, and they never submitted an invoice for it, so it was never paid. And at this point, basically, we have communicated with Harbor Shores, and they have offered, as they're trying to assist with reconciling this mitigation problem, they've offered to forego submitting any invoice for it if we want to use this money for this purpose.
Okay, also, the first property is Riverside Avenue. It's owned by Cornerstone Alliance. And as you look, it says a lot about kayak, Paw Paw River, water trails, wildlife brewing. Okay, so we don't even own the property, but we're gonna pay for the appraisal. The second property is owned by Berrien County Drain Commission. Talks about a lot of wetland, wildlife, hence also the Paw Paw River Trail again, and Harbor Shore Trail. Number three, the property, 355 East Main, is owned by Cornerstone Alliance. It talks about Ox Creek Trails, our district downtown. Now, we don't even own either one of these properties, but yet we're praying for the appraisal. Some of these properties could be contaminated. We're talking about wetland. We're talking about mush that ain't even accessible, to my knowledge, for the public to even get to it. Also, the city manager said that Harbor Shore approves that we use it. If we never gave it to them, then it's us. And we own it. We approve what? They don't have any permission or either to approve what we do with this money. You know, my years, almost 30 years as a chair trustee, doing audits and UAW bargaining chair, and also now being a licensed insurance agent for the state of Michigan. I work with a lot of policies and procedures and contract. Once it's done after a certain time, it's null and void. So, and also if it was law and it was not done, then is this even lawful for us to take this money that was supposed to have been given a year and 8 months ago? This does not make sense to me. You can't make it make sense. You know, it's like, why wasn't we even informed that this money was not even used? We voted a year and 8 months ago, almost 2 years. Now, all of a sudden, we thinking the resolution was passed. When it's passed, then it's supposed to be done. Then, out of the blue, we hear that this money was never used for the purpose intended, and now we want to use it for something else. And I would think, since we need money, if that's the case, then we should be keeping it to keep it, because we use it on something. It's null and void now. It doesn't make sense. I don't trust it. What in the trickery is going on?
Chair recognizes First Ward Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. So we had the $25,000 that was supposed to be used for a project, and they forgot to submit the invoice for the project. So now they're saying that instead of submitting the invoice for the project, we'll just pay for the appraisal. So really, it's just being shifted to pay for an appraisal instead of them giving us an invoice for a project that they completed in the first place. So we're just switching money because of the project. That sounds like what we're doing? So essentially, the money is being used for a project, just a different project, but had they submitted the $25,000 invoice like they were supposed to, then it would have gone to that. But now, it's just going for the appraisal for...
That's correct.
So just in addition to what Commissioner Henderson stated, so this is to resolve an issue that was created by the emergency management, where the property where the dialysis center, that property was designed to be for resident use, because when they did the Harbor Shores agreement, there was so much property that had to be mitigated since the Gene Clark Park parcel was used for the 22 acres for the golf course. And what has happened is, since this emergency manager unilaterally decided to use that land it violated the DNR agreement. And what we're doing today is righting a wrong and correcting it, because if we do not, then that hamstrings our ability to get grants from the DNR, which there are multiple grants that we have missed out on as a result of having this looming issue, this cloud over the city. So this gives us an opportunity to finally address something that's over 10 years old. And this is just one of the things that we have had to come back and correct that was done by 7 years of emergency management. So Harbor Shores, it was mentioned that they owned one of the properties, the Drain Commission. So what they're doing is working with, as Commissioner Henderson stated, the city manager, with us to help us resolve it. And we're allowed to use the ARPA funds, which was given to us by the Biden administration under the American Rescue Plan Act dollars. So I can support it because, you know, it resolves a pre-existing issue, and it opens up the city to get more money so we can work with the DNR. Commissioner Henry.
I'm glad you spoke on that, Mayor. If the ARPA money was used for this project, and was it allowed? And so that would have been one of my questions. And are you saying yes, that that's been verified, that the ARPA money was allowed to use for these appraisals?
From my understanding, it is an eligible expense unless the city manager, could you please tell him to call me back? Okay, thank you. Mr. Manager.
Just wanted to clarify, the ARPA program that this money was part of has been closed out. And the money that was within that had to be used for eligible ARPA purposes. Since this $25,000 was not paid at that time, the commissioner was correct. If an invoice came in now, we would have to pay it, but it would be coming from general fund, because otherwise the money that was paid that closed out ARPA would have come from general fund.
The 25,000 is actually in the general fund,
That's correct.
and we don't have to give it back to ARPA.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Could I, and if I could just
Yes,
clear up
sir.
one other thing. The point was being made that the land belongs to others. It has to, because if we already own it, then it's not eligible to be used to correct that problem. But if the appraised value of these properties are sufficient to cover what we owe National Park Service and DNR, then the owners are willing to donate that property to the city to use for that purpose.
Okay, thank you. Let me bring up a couple little things about this project. Well, first of all, we received a lot of contaminated property for Gene Clark Park, dunes, 22 acres. So when the last shoe dropped and we recognized what happened, we got a lot of contaminated property. The property that the dialysis is on is contaminated. The property on Market Street, which was part of the mitigated property, is contaminated. Property on Main Street, which was part of the mitigated property, is contaminated. Property on Highland is mitigated property, and it was given to us, and it's contaminated. So now I don't want to see us get any more contaminated property for the for the mitigation of our Gene Clark Park, 22 acres of prime sand and dunes. And so far, we've gotten a lot of contaminated property. So I want to make sure that these three are actually what we're looking for. That's going to be one of my real concerns. Then when I look at what happened in Harbor Shores, they did some appraisals, and they lowballed and highballed the properties that they needed to make the Harbor Shores proposal work. I don't want to see that happen again either. I want to see some independent people doing it. I don't want to see certain groups of people coming in and appraising our property, lowballing us or highballing us, whichever way is going to be to their advantage. So that would be another issue for me. Not sure how the appraisal work will be finally gone out to, but it's an issue for me that we get good assistance on our appraisals. I'm looking at one property that's been 355 East Main Street. They're showing us a highlight of this property, but that property is not 355 Main Street. What we're looking at is directly to the left of, and it's mainly sidewalk and driveway. So I just think that might have been a mistake because it didn't line up with Beacon. That's 355 East Main Street. And then when I look at the Drain Commission property that they're offering.
Commissioner Henry, just 1 second. Madam Clerk, is there any way we can pull this up? I'm just saying, because she's speaking from a paper, but if the residents could see. Please continue.
Okay. The Drain Commission property that they're offering up is have a SEV value on it already, but it is definitely marshland and it's not accessible. So it would be hard to make it into a park or somewhere that we want to enjoy the outside. And the other one on Riverside, if you went down there right now, you would find a huge bloom of Japanese knapweed, and you would find a dumping area that people have been dumping in for years. And there is a kayak launch there, but you can't use it. It's usually flooded, but mostly dumping and invasive species plants is there. So I just want us to be aware of the property they're being offered for, to go back to the 22 acres of Gene Clark Park that they've already gotten, and now they're trying to straighten it out now, but I don't want us to get sucker punched with contaminated property anymore. Thank you, Mayor.
So we'll do. All right, thank you. In the future, we have exhibits, if we can have it where we can pull them up on the projector so residents and YouTube viewers can see what's being discussed. Mr. Manager?
If I might, Mayor, this entire process is being overseen and supervised by the federal government. They furnished to us a listing through DNR, a listing of what they call Yellow Book appraisers that have been approved by them to do their appraisals and their review appraisals. You don't do one without doing the other. Every one of them that's appraised in has to have a review appraiser by another person on this Yellow Book list. So that addresses one. We're not talking about just any fly-by-night appraiser. Secondly, when we talk about contaminated property, as your professional administrator and economic development director who's been dealing with the city of Benton Harbor properties now since 1984, I don't believe there's anybody in this city could give you a property anywhere and guarantee that it's not contaminated. This is an old industrial city, and we are having to pay and do SHPO reviews on everything up and down Ox Creek. We had to do it on the houses that we just demolished, and it's run-of-the-mill for what we have to deal with here. We are an old industrial city.
But I would just point of clarity that that's your opinion, correct?
That is my opinion, yes.
Thank you.
One thing. When
Yes, sir.
I speak of contamination, all contamination is not the same. Some of it is not even a big issue, but still in all it would qualify. That's my opinion.
Yes, sir. Just for the record, that way, the headline is not the city of Benton Harbor is contaminated. So, will the property be tested?
It's my understanding that once the appraisals are completed and so forth, if they meet the requirements in terms of value, that the next step would be a SHPO review, which would probably address those issues.
Commissioner Kennard.
Mayor, what you did ask, will the soil be tested? That's what you're trying to get an answer to, not walk around it. Because even for the gardens, we have that soil tested to see if it's at a safe lead level, if there's lead in the soil, because there's been homes once upon a time in these locations. Then there's a lot of sometimes heavy metal in the soil. So that's important to have these soils tested. And so what you were asking, will it be tested? Isn't
I
that
thought
what you
that's what I
asked?
asked.
Yes. So we didn't get that answer.
Yes.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
One more question, Chair, please.
Commissioner Henry is recognized.
Please, I just need to, okay, it says the land is gonna be tested, do you have anything to say about the property there at 355 East Main?
Mr. 355 East Main.
355 East Main Street is not what's indicated in highlighted area. It's the property right next to it. I just want us to know that before, we got to know that this is really going on before we decide to vote on it. Can we pull it up on Beacon?
Chair recognizes the city clerk.
The area that's highlighted actually does not have an address in Beacon. And when you put in 355, it is that part to the bottom left of what is highlighted.
So is this image from Beacon? Madam Clerk?
This image is from Beacon.
Okay. So I just want to be clear, Madam Commissioner, are you alleging that this is this is what?
An error. It's an error. They've gotten the wrong parcel highlighted.
And that would be is that in the green?
What's in the green is not 355.
So within that, what would be 355?
Right to the left of
It's,
it.
yeah, the bottom left, where it has what looks like a little drive going through it, the corner of 3rd and Main.
Right, and it's mainly driveway and sidewalk.
Thank you. So withstanding the pictorial error, what objection would you have? Because the parcel is here, it is just highlighted.
I just want everything to be established correctly, where we'll know what we're voting for.
I appreciate that, Commissioner. Is that noted, Madam Clerk? Could you please call the roll?
Commissioner Kennard? Yes. No. Commissioner Warren?
Yes.
Commissioner Clerk Griffin?
No.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Henry?
Yes.
Commissioner Isom?
Yes.
Mayor Mohammed?
Yes.
Motion carried.
This brings us to the last and final separated item, number 6, which is approval of proposal for PFN and authorization to develop and execute an agreement. Is there a motion for the approval? Motion is made by Commissioner Henderson,
Support.
and it is supported by Commissioner Isom. And is there discussion? Chair recognizes Commissioner Henry.
This proposal was presented during committee meeting, and there was some information that I asked for. Actually, it would have been the second time I asked for it. The report on the boring of Gene Clark Park with this project. That's the only thing that I really needed to feel confident about this project. Everything else seemed to be in a line and being transparent that the city of residents were not going to be affected by it one way or the other until later on of the possibilities. But I definitely would like that information on the boring of Gene Clark Park, because when they bored Rocky Gap, they did a poor job and it caused a lot of problems for Rocky Gap. And I want to make sure that Gene Clark Park is not in that scenario when the last shoe fall. Thank you.
Please say it in the microphone, Mr. Manager, because I don't want the appearance of a violation of the Open Meetings Act.
I may be corrected, but I don't believe PFN board Rocky Gap, not to my knowledge.
PFN did not board Rocky Gap.
I just asked for the report on Gene Clark Park when they bored our park. I already know what happened at Rocky Gap. So I need to see the report of what they found in Gene Clark Park. That's all. And that is my second request. I asked for it once before, and then I asked for it before this vote. So I'm sure if I didn't get it, I'm going to have to
For
vote.
the layman, when you say bore, could you please explain?
Beg your pardon.
You said when they bored Gene Clark Park?
They went underground and to see what was, if they were able to place their pipe underground and if it would hold and whatever other thing. That's one reason why I want to see the report, because I want to see exactly what they saw. And I talked to them. They told me everything was good. I asked for a report then. I asked for the same report. I've asked for it in 2 committee meetings, and I haven't gotten it yet. Do I have it, Madam Clerk, tonight? Then you will know I will give you a no vote on it.
So, as I stated at the committee meeting, that this project has been approved by the Army Corps of Engineers. It is a $62 million federal grant project that's running a line from the city of Chicago underneath Lake Michigan to the city of Benton Harbor, which will ultimately go to Byron Center. It's really a huge project, and as I stated in Aquagana, I learned that they're doing the exact identical project, running a fiber optic line from France to the gateway of Africa, which is Ghana. And the same is being done here, but it's domestic, where they're running a line from Chicago to Benton Harbor, which, no disrespect to New Buffalo, is the gateway to Michigan. And Chicago has the largest internet feed in the world, which connects Benton Harbor directly, which bolsters our ability to attract businesses, commerce, not to mention the 7 years of internet for certain city buildings and other areas. So, and then also being able to get it cheaper or less expensive, is a better term, and more effective in terms of digital technological use. So nothing is being done in a cheap way. Again, this is a big project. Gene Clark Park, as I stated, was a tailor fit. It could not have been done at Rocky Gap or Silver Beach, for that, not Silver Beach, excuse me, Silver Beach. Gene Clark Park was perfect for the particular project. So, I have no reservations in terms of it ill affecting the beach, certainly not the residents. It can only add to the value of the city of Benton Harbor. I recognize Commissioner Kennard.
Thank you, Mayor. Now, this broadband will be
Correct.
only useful to the downtown businesses, or is this the entire city?
Mr. Manager.
Businesses?
The agreement that we're asking you to accept provides 1 gig high-speed fiber connected to each of the municipal buildings that you see located here. But in addition to that, and with that, each of these buildings will get the service free for 7 years. It's after the 7 years that we purchase at a wholesale rate. In addition, the cost for making these connections is estimated at approximately $320,000, and that will be covered by PFN. Lastly, they'll also be making service available to us that the city can, at its determination, connect if it wants to set up and start providing service to residents or businesses or whomever within the city. It'll be able to do that and purchase that at a most favored wholesale rate.
Would you please explain to me what is PFN?
Peninsula Fiber Network, LLC. It's a company that has been in business for some time. They operate from up in the northern peninsula of Michigan, and they were selected by the state to carry out this project that involves a crossing, as the mayor said, from south side of Chicago to Michigan here at Benton Harbor and then going up to Byron Center. A second connection that's connecting the upper peninsula to the lower along the Mackinac Bridge. And then there's a third one that's from Flint, I believe, over to, I forget exactly.
Lake Huron, I believe it is. So, I thank you, Mr. Manager, for adding those details. And what it's doing is it's setting up the state of Michigan, which the region under the Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior. If it were a country, all of the cities within that region, it would be third in GDP. So it's major move for the state of Michigan, but to have Benton Harbor as one of the feeds, it's a big deal. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Warren,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Griffin,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry, Commissioner Isom,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennard, Mayor Mohammed.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize our hardworking Director of Public Safety, Director McGinnis.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, I have, good to see everybody, but no report.
Thank you. The chair recognizes our Assistant City Manager and City Clerk, Clerk Moore.
I have no report this evening.
Chair recognizes our City Manager, Manager Alex Little.
I'd like to mention a couple of things. We just experienced our first really big snow for this winter. I'd hope that it'd be the last one we have, but we don't have any guarantees of that. I've heard some complaints about the condition of the roads. We've gotten out there throughout the weekend and tried to keep the roads passable, but we also tried to wait until there were periods where there were breaks, because otherwise you're wasting just to go through and it's steadily snowing and piling up as fast as you do it. But we're going to be continuing to do the best we can to keep roads open and keep them salted so they won't be slick and that kind of thing. But a lot depends upon the temperature and the rate of the snow and what's going on. When you're getting a snow an inch an hour, there's very little you can do other than what we're doing. I wanted to mention also leaves. We began picking up leaves a couple of weeks ago with the Noble people to utilize part of the area for dumping and storing and treating leaves. And lastly, I want to ask the public to help us with this business of people dumping illegally on vacant lots in alleys and other places. We right now have the contract underway for debris removal throughout the Ox Creek corridor between Highland up to Britain. And we're actually catching people pulling up in the middle of the day, dumping right now. And we're getting pictures, we're getting information to public safety and intend to prosecute those people. But we need help because folks are doing it all over and nobody allegedly sees them.
Does that conclude your report?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner Kennard.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. And I'd like to thank all of you that came out tonight. I know it's kind of nasty outside, but thank the Lord that you all were able to get here. I'd like to say that I listened to our people that are coming in and your concerns, and I got my ears wide open to try to hear what your complaints are, your concerns are, because when we're in these seats, we're here to serve you. And I want you to know that I'm willing to talk with you at any time that you have a problem. I noticed that Miss King has came quite a few times before the Brownsville, and also I know that you had came and also asked to be on the agenda tonight, and you're not on that. That is not fair to you because you could have saved your time for even coming if you're not going to be on the agenda. So I'm sorry, I apologize that you're not. And we will see that, at least try to get that taken care of in the future. That if you are told that you're going to be on the agenda, it is as it's been promised to you. And one of the other things that I would like to say is that we got hands out to help anybody that comes into the city of Benton Harbor that wants to buy land or take part in our city's business. We got open arms for that. And I've seen this young lady come from time and time again, and others. And there's less attention paid to what your concerns are. And I'm not feeling that because you are the ones that elected us. So we're concerned about whatever is promised to you or said to you, that we recognize that you're important to the city. And I've seen your places that you have. They're absolutely beautiful. Now, no one could ever classify you as a slumlord because your places are tip-top, and I'm quite impressed with them. And I hope that the next time that you come, that you're promised to be on here, that you're on here. And I'd like the mayor to take consideration that when they're promised to be on here, at least find out what the problem is, the reason she wasn't on the schedule tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner Clark Griffin.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight and everybody that's listening. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Derek Bishop, Mr. Paul Tony, Mr. James Bennett for their board, for their committee appointments. Congratulations to Harbor Impact, the Gus Macker, I can't talk. Basketball tournament, Mr. Rodney Alexander. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great thing for the city, so congratulations on that. Also, I apologize to Ms. Keena, even though I'm not on the committee, I'm not the one promising it to you, but if you was promised, you should have. And I saw your presentation, and I know your work, because some of your apartments are in the 4th Ward, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So, and we appreciate somebody that's here, that stays here and doing things. Even some of the homeless, you help them. Some of the homeless that's at City Center Park, Miss Keena is now the landlord. They live in some of her apartments and took them off the street. And that is a blessing in itself. So, you know, I
do
appreciate you.
I just want to say, it is Commissioner Clark Griffin's time. All right.
Yeah, so I appreciate you, you know, and thank you for all that you do. Not just in that capacity, but even at Corwell and even at the health department when you worked there for all those years, working with the youth, you know, all the things you do, and, you know, just keep going. And any way I can help you, you know I'm here for you. You already know that, you know. So, God bless. And I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. And just let me add this too. Right now, the Fourth Ward Alliance is working on our 4th annual senior care package and toy giveaway. So soon we will be blessing a lot of residents and kids as we do every year. Looking forward to it and seeing the excitement on the faces. So God bless and have a good night.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner Henry.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, citizens, for being here, sitting here, listening to us, having an opinion. But we need you to come back, and we need your input on the things that is going on. We're going to make sure that you get more transparency. You'll be able to go on YouTube and see these kind of things, and then you need to call us. Each one of you residents have 4 commissioners and a mayor that's at your availability. You should not be missing anything. Squeaky wheel gets the oil, so squeak. Call us. Then if they don't call you back, then you know that they're not interested in you, then vote them out the next time. Thank you for voting, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's a new day for Benton Harbor, starting very soon.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner Santana Warren.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you to everyone for coming out and anyone who was watching. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I don't have anything really going on for the second ward. I will say there was a beautiful Thanksgiving dinner on the 23rd at the Salvation Army. We were able to get some blessing bags out to those in need. And throughout the month of December, I know this is a cold weather month, so anyone in need can reach out to me. I do have a few coats and some sweaters on hand that I am able to give out for anyone in need, and you all can help by spreading the word. And that is all I have. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Chair recognizes First Ward Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. I'd like to thank everyone who came out tonight, everyone who was selected and were approved to serve on the committees. Thank you for your time, because there's not a lot of people lined up to do so. And so I thank you and appreciate all of those people who were voted for tonight. The Gus Macker, just really excited about that and the economic opportunities for our community as a result of that next year and for the next 3 years. We'll be hosting the Gus Macker, which is a great opportunity. The 7-year fiber optic, 7-year deal with the fiber optic cable is a huge deal for our community. Benton Harbor is small, but there are some big things happening. As many of you have noticed, the new housing that's coming up in the city of Benton Harbor. We are not where we want to be necessarily, but we are in a great place and we are really moving forward. There is a lot of things that have happened over the last 8 years that is coming to fruition now that you're able to see that. And so Benton Harbor is on the move. And as we continue to work together, I heard during our prayer when we started today by Commissioner Kennard, one of the things that she mentioned was unity. And so, as Commissioner Henry said, it's a new day. Hopefully that new day includes unity. Put the knives away and let's work together because we all live in the same community and we all serve to move the city forward. So as quote-unquote brothers and sisters and people who look like each other in this community. Let's put away the knives. Today, we got a email, and it was deplorable. I'm not going to even show it, but it was deplorable by people who say they want to work together. And so let's move forward, as has been stated, in unity and in camaraderie so that we can continue to move the city of Benton Harbor forward. We have some huge projects that have happened and that are happening, and we need to continue that upward movement, and we do that through unity. And we make decisions based on information, not on our personal feelings, not by somebody who don't live in the city, who telling us what to do, but by information, we make decisions. And when you sit behind these seats, you start to see the information. And it might not line up with what we thought, because once you start to read the truth, and it's like, oh, we can't do that, or this is why we did that, because it's based off information. And that consistency has proved vital for the upward movement in this community, and for the successes that you see is because we've moved forward. We wasn't on the committee when Harbor Shores came into existence. I think there was only one person there, and I remember asking, how did certain things happen? And I was told I was outvoted. But we will never allow some of those things to happen that happened during that agreement. I wouldn't. And I asked that person, how did you allow this to happen? And so we are moving forward, and we're doing so in a really powerful way. And there are some great things happening. So again, we make decisions by information that has occurred and things that we read. That's how we make decisions. And so hopefully we'll continue this upward and onward trend. So thank you for coming, and have a great and wonderful night.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Commissioner at Large Isom.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out, and everything Commissioner Henderson said, that's what I'm going to say, But for real, thank everybody for coming out tonight. All the appointees getting put on committees really going to help out, help build good, strong committees. The finance job description finally get passed. Thank you for everyone that voted. If you voted yes, good. You voted no, good, but it's moving forward. We will find the right candidate to fill that position. And resumes are out, so each commission make sure you take a look at them. And the fiber optic, real big thing for Benton Harbor. Gonna fiber optic all the public buildings, the library, City Hall, police station, Bobo Brazil. So there's a lot of things happening in Benton Harbor. The Gus Macker coming to town. James, I took you there a few times. I know you laughing. We done did it. I still got it too.
Point of order.
I don't know.
We need some receipts.
I don't know the age limit in it, but I'm trying it. I think I'm coming. I think I can do it. Fill me a spot up in there, but but a lot of things happening. I was here with Ms. King at the economic development meeting, and she's doing a good job. But expect great things. Things gonna happen. Things gonna happen. She's putting in the work. It's all she got. She will get her reward. That's where it is. Don't grow weary in well-doing. You will get your reward. Expect great things. God bless you. God bless Benton Harbor. God bless this commission. Thank each and every one of you. I'm going to try to go for 1.5 minutes. I can talk. This is my time, Ms. Kennard. Point of order. Wait a minute. Now, I ain't said nothing about the Lions. I got my blue on. But we getting back. We coming. We going to the Super Bowl. God bless you. God bless Benton Harbor. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to just thank everyone for coming out. The committee appointments, the Gus Macker, which is a huge item that was passed tonight. The PFN fiber optic line was big in terms of our digital and technological capacity but the Gus Macker was huge in terms of impacting our youth and people capacity. And we have to be able to do both. Next commission meeting will be the swearing in of newly elected commissioners and those who were reelected. So I want to invite everyone back and bring someone with you because one of the crowning jewels of democracy is the peaceful transfer of power, where we can support who we want to support, vote for whomever we will, campaign for whoever we may like, but after the residents have spoken, then we come together and we work together for the good of the city. And unity does not necessarily mean uniformity. Just because you may have the same uniform on, don't mean that you're in unity. Unity is when you have a like mind, but not necessarily everybody thinking alike. We have to celebrate our differences. We all bring something different to the table, and hopefully we can agree and sometimes agree to disagree, but not fall out to where now because you didn't vote for what I thought was best, now I'm going to go out to destroy you or work against you or undermine you. And I'm speaking because what we've been able to accomplish in the last 10 years has been remarkable for the city of Benton Harbor. But I did hear someone say that there is greater yet that can be done. So I will be announcing the new committee chair positions as well as co-chair positions at the next meeting. So you'll be able to know who to contact after the 1st of January of 2026. So with that being said, and as it relates to Mrs. King, to sell property is a process. That item came before the Planning Economic Development Committee, but there's a process from the administrative side that has to, as Commissioner Henry talked about, that has to take place when the city of Benton Harbor sells property, especially if there are current agreements that are in place by resolution. That's where the city attorney has to be involved, because when you sell property, it has to be a clean title. And there's other stipulations and agreements. Then it takes 6 votes as well. So with that being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Clark Griffin?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson? Yes. Commissioner Henry?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennard?
Yes.
Commissioner Warren? Yes. Mayor Mohammed?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Before the commissioners take off, Mr. Alexander has something for you guys. Can you please wait and he'll give it to you?